Part 8. At Santon. Chapter 1. For goodness sake, Joan, stop chattering just for a few minutes. Philip broke out testily. If you don't want to sit, say so and have done with it. This is enough to drive anybody mad. I had been wondering how much longer his patience would hold out. When an artist is in difficulties with his canvas, motor bicycle talk for an hour on end can be extremely wearing. Joan looked up with aggravating sweetness. What, Philip? She inquired. I say if you don't want to sit, off you go on the confounded machine and I'll start something else. But, Philip darling, you know the sparking plug's broken, and it will be 3 or 4 days before we can get another. Do you think Wellens will stock that make, chummy? Charles Valentine Smith knocked out the new Captainite pipe and proceeded to refill it with the Dunhill mixture. Well, if they don't, I think I know a fellow who has a spare. That's the worst of the beaver, he went on, now with an Indian or a Douglas. And off they went again, she as well as he, both talking at once. Big, ends, plugs, magnetos. Beaver, Indian, Douglas. In my younger youth I used to ride a tall ungeared ordinary, except for one hellish 5 minutes in which I had clung, ardently praying, to Smith's back carrier. I know nothing about these modern machines, and how Joan managed to keep her sideways seat on that grid of torture over his back wheel past my comprehension. But ever since the arrival of the hideous thing she had hardly been off it, hair all over the place, ankles stiffly out, skirts rippling like a ribbon on a ventilating fan, and cauliflowers of dust trailing for 100 yards behind them. I could only conclude that modern love, besides being blind, is deficient in the tactile nerve centers as well. It was 10 o'clock in the morning, and Philip had set up his easel on a sheep-nibbled slope of the cliff tops. Joan, in her old tweed skirt and new canary-colored silk jumper, was stretched luxuriously on the thymy beds. The amber beads about her neck matched the patentilla on which she lay, and I give you your choice which was the bluest, the aimlessly fluttering butterflies, the nodding harebells, or her demure and reprehensible eyes. Philip had deliberately excluded the blue of the sky from his canvas. The picture was simply of Joan herself, the crowel work of flowers on which she lay, and behind her, red as the habitation of dragons, the midsummer sorrel that massed itself up the slope. The talk continued, a fitter's romance, clutches, breaks, front, drives, Minervas, Excelsiors, de Dions. In my day we played croquet and read Maud. And then Philip exploded again. Oh, do dry up. How do you expect me to paint? Pull that book a bit closer, Joan, so it throws the light up on your face, and hold your chin a bit higher. As if she spoke to herself, I heard Joan's murmur, why did the razor bill? As softly Charles Valentine Smith murmured back, so the sea urchin could see, urchin, and this last flippancy was too much for Philip. He put his palette down on the turf and turned to Smith and myself. Look here, he said politely, will you two fellows oblige me by pushing off? Right away somewhere else, please, and now. Oh, Joan wailed, and I shan't have anybody to talk to. You can read your book. But it's such a stupid one-all about an old artist, over 30, who fell in love with his model and bought her a pack of blouses and thread stockings. You shall have a motor catalog tomorrow. Now sheer off, you fellows. Obediently, I got onto my feet and turned to Smith. Come along, we'll give him till midday. Here's your stick. And I helped him to his feet and bore him off.